What's up, Alphas? It's your boy, Alphas. I'm on vacation looking cute, looking clean, and looking vacation sexy. I'm today all comfortable looking, you know what I'm saying? Looking cute. I'm in my PJs, all comfortable on the couch. Just no office. Almost sleep. We had an episode of Bel-Air, episode 6. And to clarify something,
just hang in there, Monte. Just come on, man. Hang in there.
yo, man,
That's the hard part, the intro. If we get past that, we can handle everything else.
The audience love my intro. And I found out Vince McMahon squats 1,000 pounds a week and basically makes me look weak today. That's what I found out.
With them knees? Okay.
76 years old, 2 blown out quads.
And that's what he's squatting. That's what he said today.
Yeah, okay. He said he work out every morning at 1:30, 3 a.m. But today's episode is about Bel-Air. Tomorrow, both of them to my to my right, actually. First we have Monterey in the middle. Monterey, how are you doing today, my guy?
What's up, everybody? Your favorite drop the mic specialist himself is back in the building, just ready to talk about a little chill episode of Bel-Air, man. A little song.
Yeah, it was a chill episode today. Like and subscribe, by the way. We chilling too, we vibing. And to the far right, we have the one, the only, the best on the mic, Uniqo Williams. How are you today, my guy?
I'm good, man. Y'all stay tuned for that Batman review coming up this weekend.
Yeah, we got that Batman review. I ain't seen it. Joe have. We're gonna have Jacob on. Shout out to Jacob. I don't know if anybody else getting on, but whoever else get on is gonna be on. But today, I want to know y'all thoughts, because before we get with my take on the thing, at the end of the episode, when we saw Hilary Banks, what was your first reaction? Because mine was, oh, shit.
Oh, you want to know our thoughts?
Yeah, my first instinct, your first instinct, the first thing you said. Because that's mine. I was like, oh. Like, this is my whole...
I'm not even gonna cap to y'all. I had to rewind that part at least a good 3 times for studying purposes. I'm not ashamed to say so.
Yeah, for the show.
I had to make sure to study so I could give a good, accurate review and description of, what we saw during it. So
he's dedicated to the show.
Surprised. And I had a moment there, but it was a surprise. It was a surprise. I wasn't expecting it. I was like, oh, well, I knew something desperate was coming, but ain't lie, that was not what I was envisioning. It was not. But by the time we got to that point in the episode, I was like, oh, well, I guess you're just gonna face the music and be like, hey, I had to put my family over. And then next thing you know, it's just like, oh. So, what we learned about cooking today? Yeah, my bad.
So we know Montez hit that follow button.
It's a nominal fee, right? No.
Uniqo, did you learn any cooking today?
I mean, people might have been pressed about the last outfit. I was pressed about the outfit throughout the whole show. The leg out, it's very form fitting. That's when I tweeted Hilary wore that dress. That's the one I was talking about today. I done seen that stuff at the end, but that, like, day to day, I'm just going and doing this thing and doing this for my family. She ate. I mean, Hilary ate the whole episode, honestly, from a dress standpoint. I mean, that's been her whole spiel as an original character. So, but man, I enjoyed that original, man. That original dress from, like, the original, like, up until she did that torch, which lets me know that Hilary might hit the dabs every now and then. But other than that, you just can't set cornbread on fire and call it a meal. But that's where I'm at. Where hold on, what's up, man? Now, don't start trying to get comfortable and hear where we at, so you can find that nice little middle ground. What do you think off the top of your head? What you been thinking about since this morning?
Yo, I'm about that souffle. You know what I'm saying? My first reaction. I'm all about that souffle. I hit that subscribe button. You know what I mean? Tell me when the vlog coming. Keep them 2 dudes off the show. I don't want to see them. But You don't. I feel like you don't want them there either, so I'm good with that. You know what I mean? I'm good. Keep them two dudes off the show. Do your thing. I'm here for. Even though it don't feel like you. I'm here for whole culture. You know what I mean? Let's
Whoa.
go support. You know what I'm saying? Support your local OnlyFans.
Whoa. Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't get for the views, bruh. For the views.
Okay.
See, I took that way Joe didn't have no clue. I shot him like Vince McMahon telling stories about being people trying to put a hit out on him. But today's episode was episode 6. Monray about to give y'all the synopsis, and then we're gonna discuss. We're gonna discuss some things.
All right. So for episode 6 of Bel-Air, the theme of today that we have learned is people ain't ish. You know, they are not shit. That is our theme for today in our episode. People aren't nothing. They are nothing. But simply, the episode starts out relatively clean. We have Will. I'm trying to keep it a little bit less than the whole 20 minutes, but Will, struggles to deal with the effects of what happened, and I like how they implemented social media because he was on his phone, and Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil both found out, that Trey basically was talking smack about him on social media. They showed the Instagram post where he was like, "Oh yeah, Will's a snake." All his friends posting and comment under him like, "Yeah, he's always been a snake. I never liked him. His breath stank." I stopped and read those comments. I was like, "Oh, okay." It's like that. And so it naturally affects Will that all of his friends at home and everybody just basically thought of him as a traitor and hating on him and all that kind of stuff. And he was feeling some type of way, and Uncle Phil managed to calm him down and be like, "Hey, like, we understand. Your Aunt Viv left all of that. I'm running for DA. Like, we know how it is to have people talk smack about us for the decisions that we make. It's a part of life. So you're just gonna have to deal with it." It's real simple, and we all understand that. He's like, "Okay now, but your Aunt Viv finna have this Lisa's mom's memorial
Benefit.
The lupus benefit.
fundraiser.
Yeah, lupus
Fundraiser.
fundraiser.
Her mom's memorial lupus fundraiser. Like, your Aunt Viv is today, and your Aunt Viv is stressing. Lisa feeling some type of way. Basically, we need your help." And he's like, "Okay, he got it." So he came back around, and so they got ready to start on the fundraiser and everything. And because the fundraiser was a little bit short on help, Auntie Viv was like, "Hey, Hilary, would you mind helping us out?" Hilary knows she's living in the influencer house, and Hilary is feeling the pressure herself because the influencer house and the housemates, including the two black dudes that Grandpa over there does not like, they made their one appearance of the show, and they just like, "Hey, we letting you know." I think his name is Kyle or whatever, like someone like that. Head dude over the house is like, "Hey, yo, you don't really play about these deadlines. Like, you gotta come with the sauce. You gotta come with the videos. They gotta be, viral. They gotta be good, and they gotta be on time. You don't really play about that." And so it's like she feeling the pressure, and Kyle eventually a little bit later on that episode was like, "Hey, you got today to come up with a video that's gonna be viral." We're gonna come back to that later. So, but Hilary, she talks to her mom. She's like, "Okay, Mom, don't worry, I got you. I'll come there and help you cook for your fundraising and stuff." And, we see Carlton still being Carlton. He's still trying to slide in with Lisa. She already told him the previous episode, but he's still being cool with her, using the whole fundraise thing. And her, she feels some type of way about her mom passing. So, come up and, just try to get close or whatever. And Will following his mantra. Like, I'm not going to really talk with her that much. So throughout the episode, he really didn't talk to her that much till like the ending or whatever. So we keep going. The fundraiser finally begins and people get invited. Uncle Phil. And the fundraiser is very, very interesting for anybody who really didn't realize about this fundraiser. Because people got invited that you did not expect. For one, Lisa, because this is her mom's fundraiser, we get introduced to Lisa's father a bit more, who is the head of police. Head of the police force. We get introduced more to him, and we get introduced to her new stepmother, which we didn't really know anything about in the past. We come to find out that head of police man, her father, remarried a year after her mother died, which Lisa has always had an issue with. We did not realize this because we get some tidbits of information, and she married, and lo and behold, it would be somebody that was white, and so naturally that bites everybody. I know they did that for shock value when the show was very surprising. I wasn't expecting it. Okay, so she remarried. He remarried a woman, and she's already pregnant with a child. So it was just like it moved so fast for Lisa that she still hasn't processed it. Like she still really doesn't. It doesn't sit well with her. It's just the easiest way to say. It don't sit well with her. It also doesn't sit well with Auntie Bill, which we find that out as well because Auntie Bill was best friends with Lisa's mother, and it really hurt her because they were like sisters. And it comes up in the show where there's one, Ashley and Hilary ended up discussing like, well, why did that hurt her so much? She's like, well, yeah, because she already lost one sister technically. Like, what you mean? Well, Will's mom, Vi, and her stopped speaking. But before we find out the reason why, we get shut off. And I'm just like, okay. And it was shut down by Uncle Phil, which lets me know Uncle Phil knows something about why they stopped talking and probably got something to do with it. Well, we're going on, but we don't know that for the rest of the episode. Either way, Vi and Auntie Phil, they ain't speaking. And her second sister, which is her best friend, which was Lisa's mom, passed away, sadly. And after a year, Dad remarried. And it's okay, well, people move fast sometimes, so it is what it is. And so when Angela comes and we get Angela's character, she seems relatively nice at first, but it's a bit awkward for everybody because they sort of like aren't really bonding with her. And Angela's like, I can't really just bond with Lisa because she's just not really feeling me like that. And everybody's like, it'll be okay. So fundraiser keeps going. And a couple things happen that starts to turn everything on its head. We're going to keep with Angela first. So when it comes to Angela goes up to Auntie Bill. And she's like, Auntie Bill, she got the baby. She about 7 months going or whatever. Auntie Bill. So how about I say something at the fundraiser, for Lisa's mom? And Auntie Bill, she gets that look in her eye like, man, I wish you would. She hits that moment and she's like, I don't think it's a good idea for you to say anything at this fundraiser. I think you should just let it be about Lisa's mom, and you just be chill. And before they get into it, which surprised the mess out of me, Will comes out of nowhere. Will sees this finna happen. He's like, hey, Auntie Bill, hey, how you doing? Hey, Miss Angela, how you doing? He shuts down the flame before Auntie Bill stops off, which is really surprising. And I'm happy that Will is starting to mature. So, hey, let me shut down some of these fires before people had to shut them down for me. But as he's shutting down the fire, he ends up asking about Angela. He's like, Angela, so, you pregnant? He goes, yeah, I'm about 7 months, I was talking about a baby with Lisa's father. I was talking about a baby when we first went to this Palm Springs area. He first took me there back in 2018 when I was our first trip there. He had a little golf tournament he won and everything. And Auntie Viv overhears this, and she's like, it was in 2018, y'all was on that trip, right? She's like, yeah, that's when he won. It's like, oh, but his wife died in 2019, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so that means y'all was on this trip the year before. And and then Angela's like, oh, I gotta go use the bathroom right quick. And then after that, Will and Miss Nancy Viv like, well, she just like, yeah. And it's like, you know what? Auntie Viv like, I'm gonna go over here. I'm just gonna go.
And if I'm not mistaken, Will looked at the camera and gave us a little bit of that meta.
Like, oh yeah, y'all know what just okay. We ain't even gonna talk about that. Yeah. And so speaking of Auntie Bill, her friend comes. And we ain't talking about her female friends. We talking about Mr. Slick Rick himself, the art curator himself, whatever his name is, I forgot at this point. Mr. Slick Curator himself. He comes to the event.
Broderick or something like that?
Reed. Mr. Reed Broderick. He comes and he's like, you know what? He's still trying to slide in Auntie Bill's DMs. Ain't nobody fooled. He's still trying to slide in there. Except now he goes even further. So he's a guest, but he decides to go into her artist room. How he knew what his mug was, how he got there without nobody noticing, it's anybody's guess. But you know what? Fine. He goes to her artist room. He finds a picture that she painted last week. And she comes up and she's like, nobody really is supposed to be up in here. He's like, well, I'm in here trying to do the smooth talk. Like, I really like your picture and everything. He's like, okay, fine then. How about we just make a bet? He's like, if your painting sells for a certain amount of money, and our little option and stuff we have tonight, you have to be in my art show. And he's like, if it doesn't, I'll leave you alone. And so she agrees to it. But this is right around the time when Uncle Phil so happens to walk by the room, see his wife close to this other random dude. He's like, oh, hey, excuse me. Oh, how you doing, brother? What's going on here? And he's like, she's like, oh, this is my friend, Mr. Broderick. He's the art curator. He's like, oh, Mr. Broderick, how you doing? Yeah, cool. And so, they talk about the auction that's going to go down for her little painting and stuff. He's like, yeah, so how about, and she's like, okay, let's go back to the party because, you can see Uncle Phil ain't going for this BS, which I'm so glad that he is not going for the count. And so as he leaves, Mr. Reed is like, okay, let me go ahead and take the picture. He's like, oh, no, fam, you good. You ain't got to take the picture. We can go ahead and go out by here. He's like, no, I got it. And Uncle Phil's like, no, leave the picture. You a guest. about you go do some guest things. I was like, oh, let's go, Uncle Phil. Let's go.
And can we shout out Uncle Phil has been in that weight room, y'all. I just need y'all to know that.
Oh yeah, he got a little swole and he's like, come do some guest things. And so later on, you know, Mr. Reed Broderick, because he made the bet that the painting had to sell for a certain amount of money, decides to anonymously buy the painting for that exact amount of money just to make sure that Auntie Viv gets in the photo. And so, okay, and then Uncle Phil, you know, notices that he does this and decides to upcharge him and pay a little bit more for it just to make sure he don't get the picture. But he don't know about the bet. So it works out either way for Mr. Reed, and Reed gets Auntie Viv to be in his art show, which we'll find out how that goes, you know, in some further episodes. And then we finally get our last major thing of the event, which was basically Will and Lisa are forced to talk to each other because Lisa has basically been under an immense amount of pressure over this entire day because of the loss of her mother. And so Carlton, you know, Carlton is always doing Carlton things, and she got sick of it. And so when Will came up to try to console her about her mom and stuff, she ended up just letting loose that she is tired of, and close to her quote, or at least something close to her quote, tired of tiptoeing around Carlton's emotions while trying to balance her own, which is a very real statement because a lot of people around the world, myself included, sometimes we all do it. It's tiptoeing around other people's emotions while trying to balance our own. And she says, I'm tired of doing it. And, you know, Will's like, you know, I understand it. And always Carlton is always at the wrong place in the right place at the right time. It just so happens to be on the freaking balcony of the house, looking down at them.
Sting in the rafters.
Always, bro. Like every time you think Carlton is not around, it even happened earlier in the show, man. Like Lisa was just like, hey, Will. Will turns around, Carlton just right there looking, bro. I'm telling you, Carlton gonna be a meme, bro. Him right at the right place, just looking like that, it's gonna be a meme by the end. He'll be a meme, bro. If he ain't, I'm gonna make him one. But it's gonna be a meme. But either way, he just happened to be listening to that. And they don't even wait for the next episode. Shortly later in the same episode, Will goes up to the room. Carlton up there snorting that booger sugar. He's like, I gotta get some of that stuff. And then he starts snapping out on Will. He's like, nah, Will, I heard what Lisa said and everything about you and her. And I told you not to talk to her, bro. And Will's like, bro, like you should be happy that I'm over there consoling her while you up here getting messed up. And the moment everybody apparently has been waiting, I ain't gonna say everybody, the moment I've been waiting for, Carlton finally broke. He finally hit his low point, which is one of the few things I got right last week because they ain't had no jazz last week for my prediction, but most of the other ones got right. He finally broke. He finally just broke down and just broke down in tears. Like it just finally hit him. He's like, I really have not been nothing. Well, especially when it came to Lisa. He wasn't really about Will, but just the fact he ain't been nothing. Like, and everything Lisa said, it finally hit him when Will told him, like, you up here getting screwed up while your best friend or one of your friends from childhood is literally struggling with the loss of her mother. And you over here getting screwed up, upset because you mad that I consoled her as a friend. Finally just broken. And so my man actually was just broke. And he had a moment, slink down in the bed like a music video. My boy Will was like, it's cool, man. We got you. You know, it's going to be all right then. So afterwards, you know, because we all know Carlton's been practicing this part of this poem for Lisa to do, you know, he was like, okay, well, no, Will decides to take over for him, you know. He's like, Carlton, I got you. Carlton's like, okay, go take over for him. Carlton lets him do it, and Will helps perform a poem with Lisa later on that evening to cap off the fundraiser. Not the episode, because after that part, we think everybody's all nice, peachy keen, and lo and behold, Angela decides to come up, and she's like, hey, baby, you did a really good job. I was thinking of saying something, you know, for the event or whatever, and Aunt Viv has had enough. She snaps off. He's like, what you not gonna do? I already told you it's not good. And Angela's like, well, I already asked my husband. And he says, okay. And she's like, when your husband has a show at his house, it'd be okay for him to do. But when you at my house, you're going to be a guest. Now, you can either sit your guest behind down or I can kick you out myself. I was like, oh, let's go. We finally got to smoke. And she's like, fine, then I'll leave. Take the husband. Come on, Lisa. Lisa like, I'm staying. Are you good? Y'all can go ahead and go. And so basically war lines have been thing. And then that's when it comes out that a new update has happened in the district attorney race. Mr. Head of the Police himself, one of Phil's best friends for the longest, has decided to run in the race against our good man, Uncle Phil. So now we got two black candidates, both going against each other, one of them backed by the system. The other one is our own Uncle Phil. And so it's about to get ugly for Uncle Phil. my boy Jeffrey back there in the clutch has been looking at stuff all episode. He's like, oh yeah, I'm feeling like, oh yeah, I appreciate the heads up. Jeffrey like, I got you, man. He's like, oh yeah, I need you to also watch this curator over here that's watching my wife. Jeffrey like, I'm already on top of it. My boy Jeffrey is a secret spy. I don't care what nobody say. My boy Jeffrey is a spy. My man got connections and eyes.
Will did call him 007.
He is a spy. And so then we finally get to the end of the episode, and it's a couple of nice things that are happening. First thing is Hilary. We'll get the more extreme thing out the way. So Hilary, she has had an issue. So first thing what she does when she's going to leave the house is that she talks to Ashley. Ashley, last week we already went over the fact that she has a crush on her friend. We'll keep that long story short. Basically, her friend is crushing on Will instead. Which I actually think that's like a callback to one of the things in the original show. I can't remember. But either way, her friend's crushing on Will. So it's like, okay, well, Ashley realized that her friend ain't got no feelings for her. And so she's like, okay. And then Hilary's like, heartbreak is a thing, but you'll be okay. I'll still be here with you. That's cool. Hilary has an issue because she got to make a viral video in about 2 hours. So what she decides to do, which goes along with the jokes that Zell made and everybody was saying, she pulls the OnlyFans move, man. And she basically decides to have a tutorial about cooking a dish in some lingerie. She pulls the sex move out, which I was actually waiting to see like what was going to be the first indication of something sexual in the show, because they do address it in the original run of Fresh Prince 2. It was more like a joking matter up until like people got in serious relationships, but it still happened. So I was waiting for the first instance. This is the first instance. Hilary decides to go that route to make her dreams come true, I guess to say. And that's something I was not expecting. So Hilary done went down that route of social media, and we're gonna see the effects on that, especially when her dad finds out, because her dad running for district attorney, and you got a daughter that's out there showing herself to the media. That's not gonna go well, and her mom's gonna be even more upset. So that's not gonna go well either. And then finally, Will and Lisa, at the end of the episode, they finally just have a moment to talk it out. And I like how Will smoothed over everything that he had been acting for the entirety of the last episode. He was just like, I just didn't want to become one of those guys that cause extra issues in your life. They just smooth it over, and him and Lisa share their second kiss, actually, because they shared a kiss in the first episode. But this time, it seems more like they're actually going to be a thing. And that's how the episode ends. So you got a lot of updates. No Jazz, unfortunately. I thought Jazz was going to be here. We get no Jazz. But we got a lot of updates in the show, a lot of developments, a lot of changes, possibly. And
very grounded episode.
Definitely foreshadowing in this. It's going to be it's going to get ugly. Like, this is a lot of foreshadowing of stuff that's going to be ugly for a lot of people really, really soon. And it's all really revolving around Uncle Phil. It's really revolving around Uncle Phil. I ain't going to catch you, because your wife is going to be involved with this dude that you don't trust. And they want your wife. So you got a dude that wants your wife. You got your former friend running against you in district attorney. You got your daughter that's bisexual, just gonna hit you with in your personal thing. It's not gonna be that big of a deal, but just in the show, it's gonna be like, you're really? And so it's gonna hit him that his 12-year-old thinking like that, but it's not really a big deal in the long run. You got a 12-year-old struggling with that. You got your son still dealing with Xanax and having anxiety issues and doing the booger sugar. And you got your daughter that's basically finna get to the point of advertising herself on social media for
anything
views.
for the view.
Like naturally the stuff with Will, which is gonna eventually come back out, because now that you got the head of police looking for dirt on you, it's finna get ugly. Like, it's finna be ugly. Like, every member of his family is finna call this man some crap to go down in his life. So it's gonna get ugly for Uncle Phil, just regardless. It's just a matter of when. Everybody got some stuff going on now. Everybody got some stuff. Whether it's heartbreak, new relationships, crap behind the scenes, booger sugar. Everybody got stuff going on now. So now ain't nobody clean. We went from the first episode, okay, everybody seems all nice. Now ain't nobody clean. Everybody got dirt behind them. Everybody got dirt. No matter if it's the head of police with this girl that he was apparently dating and taking on trips before a year before his wife died. Well, when Lisa finds that out, she might hit this girl. Like, she might literally slap him. So it's gonna get ugly. So everybody got dirt. Ain't nobody good for nothing. Everybody ain't ish. They ain't ish. Everybody got some dirt behind them now, bro. It's finna get ugly. Everybody got dirt behind them. The only one that clean is Jazz at this point. He about the only one that clean. Everybody got dirt.
That might be the opposite of the regular show.
Everybody got dirt behind them, bro. I mean, like everybody got dirt. Ashley, like Ashley 12, she got dirt too. He crushing on her best friend who crushing on Will. I'm like, leave her. Like everybody got dirt. Everybody got dirt. I'm sure thinking, okay, Ashley finna have a little moment. She finna get a little girl. She like, it's your cousin Will on the piano over there. God. That might even cause beef between her and Will now. Like that.
Yo, Will ain't gonna know what's going on.
Like, that might cause beef between her and Will because she like, well, Will, like, the best friend I got a crush on, she like you. Like, everybody got beef. Everybody finna have some stuff, bro.
Yo, can we talk about how this guy, Jeffrey, walked up on the chief of police and said, we got a problem. You know how bold as a black man you gotta do to walk up on the chief of police and say, do we have a problem?
He a spy, bro.
And the police like, no, we good. And then he called him, your muscle right here. Your muscle right here can't protect you. I'm like, how does he know he can't protect you? Ain't you the police? How dangerous is Jeffrey?
The thing that surprised me is the gradual change in this show that they have done to change the sellout from Carlton to Lisa's father. The gradual change that you have done. Now, Carlton might still be a bit more of a sellout. It just depends on how this really has affected him and Will's relationship. We don't know that yet. But I think it's going to be for the better because Carlton had to have a low moment. So it's going to be for the better.
If you cry in the man's arms, y'all friends now.
No, I said, like, it's got to be positive because you done hit this low moment now. But either way, it's got to, the gradual change they made is from Carlton being the obvious sellout to now Uncle Phil's best friend being the straight up obvious sellout. Uncle Phil's best friend, he didn't sold him out. Like, it's over with. He done sold him out, sold out his former wife, sold out his best friend, sold his daughter, basically. Like, he done completely sold out now. So now it done went from Carlton to Uncle Phil's friend. Crazy.
Sold out to the police.
It's always gotta be a sellout, apparently.
Joe, if I ever hug you like that, we best friend.
I mean, man, it might be awkward, man. I might even hit Mom Ray up on the side, be like, yo, this nigga was crying about this girl. Like, I hugged him, but like, yo, I was like, what? Is it that bad? Like, I gotta get a second opinion. But speaking of second opinion, bruh,
don't
the show
cry
has
your arms.
That like I had to pull out and actually be a real journalist. I had to pull out the Kobe notebook and I had to like actually keep notes on this episode on what the hell was going on because everybody is going everywhere and it's like it's crazy.
In the
Hilary
same sense,
has expectations. She has to do her job, right? She has to do her job, and they put up Kylo. He's sitting in his sports car, and he's like. Kind of being nice about it.
Ways though, man. Oh.
He was being nice about it, but I mean, he's just being business. Like, yo, you might lose 10,000.
He being business, but I'm like Hilary. That's what you came up with. Like, you just like, you know what?
I like how we always wrong on that too. We thought it was gonna be like she get annoyed with him, and then she just give up.
They built that for us this time. They was like, no, this is her adversity. She gonna have to keep up. Like she has an expectation now. You have to have X amount of people within 24 hours or whatever.
Hey, so I did not expect that to be the first route to go.
And she had all day. She had hit up the shopping cart people at Walmart, or at a Fresh Time or wherever they be getting their best food from. And she went and handled that for her family. She did that. And then also there was that backdrop. Ashley discussed it during their conversation about her and Lucia. Like, yo, you know, everybody expecting they keeping the pool house open for you because you gonna come back. She got that expectation on her. So I mean, I can understand her desperation in a sense to make something happen with what she's doing now. And with that pressure on her, she still looked out for her mom. Period. That day they had caterers.
Oh yeah, she favors her family above the job and stuff. And like I said, this is a good notch that Ashley like let them know, like, hey, everybody expects you to come back. I got faith in you, and it's just like I got to do something to make sure to stay in this house. But it's like it's gonna get found on the internet. Cause I mean, the second she put out that thing about Haute Couture, shoot, Bill's friends found it out. I know doggone well you are on like a streaming house. This finna get out. Like it should get out. It should get out next episode of like, oh, Hilary did what?
Absolutely.
Princess. I noticed the princess in the background, bro. I'm like, princess. Oh, here it go. Here it go.
And you talking about
I'm with it,
information getting out? Get black ass out of there. They're annoying as hell to me. They're just mad annoying.
Let's
Like,
go.
I throw a frisbee at her wine vinegar. What? Like, what? Y'all ain't got nothing else to do. Y'all just be in that house, just running around doing dumb shit to her. So
I mean,
there's, and also they trying to tell her to change her direction. So there's a lot on Hilary. And you know what? We talked a lot about this last week. We were talking about who is, like, where are we at? Because everybody's got to hit that peak. So Will got the night off. He had his first intro part where he was like kind of tripping about.
They took her ashes a little bit, but she still got a little to go.
He was. Oh, we ain't done. He's smoothing things over, and he's showing that honestly he might be the piece that everybody in that house is missing. That's what he showed. He showed up for Uncle Phil. He showed up for Lisa. He's showing up for Carlton. Like, man, bro, I actually beat Carlton's ass like 5 episodes ago. That nigga pissed me off, but I still love him. He there for Aunt Viv. I mean, he was going and giving Uncle Phil drinks at the thing. I mean, he was looking out like he was like really appreciating where he's at. Yeah, and he's like he's not like feeling entitled or nothing. He's doing the best he can to try and fit in and do right by everybody. He even tried to do that for Carlton, even though Carlton is a hating ass nigga that's standing in the rafters and see everything that's going on. And speaking to that part of it, the Lisa and Will aspect of it, my only hope in that final scene was that we don't get Carlton overlooking again. And he finally got that moment, and they got to share it. You know that Xanax make you pass out, so he might have been up there sleeping real good. That might have been what happened. I'm happy for that. Ashley and Lucia, this is where I was wrong. I thought there was going to be some kind of sneaking around to get them going, and this is where he was right. They get to go up to the mansion. Period. I thought it was going to have to be some sneaking around to get them up there. I didn't see the twist with Lucia, but at the same time, with Like and Will, I didn't see that part coming. That kind of threw me off.
I thought they'd get together. I honestly thought they'd go ahead and share the first kiss. I really thought they would. I just figured it'd be in the house. I didn't think they would. But just like I said, I didn't think they would. They in the arcade,
lights is dim. Go get us a soda.
Something. I just feel like, okay, I like you too. Quick smooch and get caught or something like that. It's like, oh no, like you finna get heartbroken. I was like, God,
yes, sir.
Yeah,
so that was we were talking about that, but again, I'm just going back into we did the mid season episode. What we think's gonna happen next? Yeah, like that's one of the things that's different. We found out that Ashley, she got a struggle coming, but we understand where it's going. We understand where it's going.
I still figure it would be slightly better if she was like a little bit older. Like, her character looks older. Her character looks older than 12. It looks like she's like 14 or something. So 14, 15. So I feel it would be slightly better with her character if she was like a little bit older.
12 is too much for me right now. 12 is
I feel like 14, 15 would be just about right for this. Like 12 is just like, you say really mature for a 12-year-old. My nephew 12. He ain't like this, but Uncle
Aunt Viv with the man from the barbershop. That's all I could think of. Mo Green Eyes. That's in all the hood black films. That's supposed to be the pretty
Roderick, the light skin.
He doing it again. He's doing what he does.
Yo, he typecast as the cheating dude.
Cheating dude, scummy scheming dude. Like that's him every time. That's his. Who's we talking about in one of our shows earlier? Like you always gonna be him. Who we talking about on one of our shows this week?
I don't know.
Tom Holland. I know.
Tom Holland's always Spider-Man.
It's always gonna be one.
Logan is always gonna be Logan. I know that boy name, but he's always gonna be Wolverine. Dude gonna always be Wolverine. So I mean, we had that going on. So he's doing what he does, but I think that's something they're gonna flesh out. I think over time, she'll have that big episode, but I don't think it'll be this season. But they'll have spots. And then, I was thinking, I was like, will Carlton actually grow up from here? That's where I'm at because we saw what he was doing, and I love how Lisa broke it down. Like, man, I know that man taking advantage of my emotions. He know how nice I am, and I'm gonna keep on being nice to him. But I really want to be like, yo, just like if we can't be friends like that, and you just really rock with me because of that, and you don't, and you just keep on like doing what you're doing right now, we'll have to go. So, but she willing to make that move, man. But I think the most important part of this, even though Will wasn't a big part from screen time aspect, he showed how important he is to pretty much all the main characters in that show, and he's making things better. Whereas everybody in the first half of the season, they thought it was nothing but trouble. So ain't that Will? Ain't that how Fresh Prince first started off? There it is. So that's where I'm at on the episode. Zelmay, what you got, player?
Yeah, I want to shout out Jabari Banks. His ability to switch emotions is Will Smith.
First plays Will.
Yes, I want to shout out to
Jabari.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want his ability to switch naturally has been amazing in this show, and it makes the show so much better.
Agreed.
When he hit her with that, I don't want to be a problem for you, another problem for you, and she hit him with that serious, is that what you want? And he hit that with that, how we do that joke.
Hell no.
and then you get back into the serious mode. I'm like, that is so natural.
I smiled at that point because I was like, that's what Will would have done.
Yeah, like it's so natural. I'm like
they did that part very well. Like this explanation of what, like he did not sell out Carlton. He was just like, the way he worded there, like I just don't want to be like unnecessary thing. I was like, the way the episode went, where you saw how stressful she is, her stepmom ain't crap, her dad ain't crap, and he's just like, I just don't want to be an extra problem for you. And I'm just like, okay, y'all sold me. I can't even lie. During the episode when I was like, okay, you sold me on their relationship. I'm a believer. Like you have officially sold me on this relationship. Like I'm invested. I'm with it. I'm with everything they did in it. Like, y'all have sold me. I really was like, y'all have officially sold me on this relationship. They did it well because the original run with Will and Lisa, like it was good after they got together. Like it was like, okay, we start to see a little bit about that dynamic. A little bit like she was more like, I'm not finna go for your crap. You finna be serious with me and that kind of stuff. But man,
and that Angela and cop aspect of it, I thought that was interesting. I didn't know they would go that route where she pull up like, here's more about Lisa's family, and then we find out that basically he been rocking with that girl because he done told that girl while Lisa's mom was alive, you my good luck charm. Man, I wish my wife or my significant other would ever hear anything about that ever in a million years. To hear that I call somebody else my good luck charm, oh, it's over with. And then you
end up on the trip, bro.
You end up marrying her, having a baby, and she talking about we moving into another house like she is trying to erase him. You didn't know that woman. You ain't got no business going up there and saying a couple of words about nothing. Sit your ass back there.
And shout out, and that cleared up something we had last week, by the way. Well, last week we had a thing like why we never see Lisa talk to her dad. This week they kind of took care of that.
Man,
every week when we have an issue with the story,
that would have messed it up. That scene would have been all for Uncle Phil. Had the white lady pulled up pregnant at the benefit for Uncle Phil's fundraiser, whatever. That would have changed the game, but luckily they wrote it that way, and it was a surprise, and that was good writing. That was good writing, but that still would have been crazy had she pulled up to the skating rink.
He messed around and said, "Oh, we've been talking about kids ever since our first trip." That means you've been talking about making this family start. I peeped that. He was like, "Oh, we've been talking about children since then." So you already planning on starting this family with her, even while your wife was sitting there with lupus a year away from death. In her hospital bed, trying to get better or resting. You already planning on starting another family.
And Lisa,
sell out, bro. Sell out.
Lisa is repping for the queens. Y'all see her hairstyle the whole time. She's been representing. I'm a black woman. This done something to her. So I'm excited to see. I want to see more where Angela's family comes from for sure. I want to know more.
I don't.
You don't.
I don't. Nope.
By the way, I want to rectify something that we've been saying. Trey is a throwaway character, as we said, but he's actually in the old show. He played by Don Cheadle, who is too old to be playing anybody's teenage friend, even back in the 90s.
Even in 93.
Even back in
But
'93, Dan Cheeto was too old to be playing
that's one
train.
thing I'm glad you reminded me of, because Aunt Viv even said early in no, it was late in the episode. No, either it was late. It was late in the episode when they were talking about the stuff with Angela. And she was like, she even told him, she's like, Trey is just hurt that he lost his best friend. He gonna come back around. I told you Trey gonna come back, but she just foreshadowed it. That man gonna come back. I already told you he gonna come back. She
Dan
foreshadowed
Cheeto
it.
never
Clear
came
as day.
back, bro.
He's coming back. Cause she even said he just hurt, but he gonna come back around. It might even be with a simple phone conversation. He coming back.
They kids. Everybody got to remember they are all kids right now. Y'all got to he's a junior in high school.
Man, Will got to go to jail, bro. He coming back. He coming back, bro. He coming back.
Will got to go to jail.
He
And it turns out he was selling drugs to post his bail before Uncle Phil could get to it. And they took him back to Philly and was riding him around and shit. It's possible. I mean, at this point, anything's possible.
Uncle Phil might be in that mug with him.
That's also very true. It's coming out in the commercial because they already tried that commercial stuff with Uncle Phil already. So,
man, the chief of police is running against you, bro. They finna find this dirt, bro. It's finna get ugly. It's about to get ugly.
And we'll find out how Uncle Phil did it because you don't just get out of stuff like that.
No. It's finna get ugly. We're finna find out that Jeffrey is part of a criminal organization that's connected all across the world. My man is a general in that mug. He and Uncle Phil go way back. Uncle Phil bailed him out when he was finna go to jail for some bullcrap crime. Uncle Phil got him out as his lawyer. He's like, all right, bro, I'm gonna be your house manager and we're gonna guard each other. You gonna run for district attorney. I'm gonna be your guy. We're gonna hold it down, fam.
Yo, Jeffrey is so smooth. He shows up, whispers in his ear, dip. Uncle Phil know all the problems. Settle.
And Uncle Phil is great at taking in information and processing it because he could have been checked dude about it. But when dude started disrespecting at the spot, he had to let him know. Uncle Phil's a G.
He gonna let it go. But all right, now he's gonna say something. All right, fam, I'm gonna go ahead and cut you down, bro. Let me go ahead and deal with you. I know what your game is, bro. I know what you is. I already know you done started on me, bro. I ain't even worried about it. I got my road dogs in the underground. They already finna shut you down, fam. It's over with. Your Wi-Fi finna be gone in your house, man. Watch what I tell you when you go back home. Your Wi-Fi finna be gone, bro. Listen to my.
The police officer name is Joe Holt. Fred Wilkes. Joe Holt is
Fred. Yep, Fred Wilkes. Sorry, Fred, watch. Your Wi-Fi gone in your house. Your police car finna be missing this front left hubcap. Watch what I tell you, fam.
All I know is Fred Wilkes is the most... He looks at you like he's plotting. Like, I couldn't have a friend that look at me like this. Joe, if every time you see me, you squint your eyes, Joe, and just look at me like, where you going? I'm like, what?
You new sellout, bro. It's over with. You new sellout.
Why are you questioning me like this? Why I feel interrogated every time you look at me? This man like the most. This man like the most. Like he's the nosy dude who always trying to ruin whatever your plan is, and you trying to get over in life.
He was cool like the first episode. And
he was still weird when Will walked up. What he do?
When Will came in that bathroom, like, you knew, okay, this dude shit.
Not even in the first episode.
No, the first episode, I don't think he was showing that. I think it was
Joe. When Will walked up, he said,
"I didn't catch that."
He drunk. He said, "Who are you?" I'm like, and then he said a little snark reminder.
I caught the vibe in the bathroom. That's the first time.
Yeah, I was at the bathroom. I called him. I was like, okay, but it shifted.
I think just because y'all found out he was the police, I just felt like he was like that the whole time.
Oh yeah, you talking the first episode when he was like, I think Fred is suspicious. I thought he said Judge Robinson was suspicious though.
I thought he talked about
Judge was like, I like your nephew. Fred was looking at him.
But
like,
I still think Uncle Phil was like, hey, Judge Robinson is suspicious. I don't think he said Fred was suspicious. I
ain't talking about Uncle Phil said. I'm just like the vibe he gave out when he just staring at him walking around.
I was talking about after that first conversation, when he was talking to Uncle Phil Blake, he was like, I think Judge Robinson is suspicious. I think he said that. And I'm like, Judge Robinson is the black dude that touched Will on the shoulder earlier in the series when they was talking about that mess. That's who Judge Robinson is. So I'm like, if he's suspicious and Fred already the new sellout, bro, you ain't got no friends. Bro. You ain't got no friends in them circles, bro. It's over with.
All the show got to do is doing everything great. Just don't forget to take care of Cooper. Do not leave this loose end. I done told y'all in that episode about. I told y'all about that episode. Don't let these white people say N-word without consequences.
When Carlton changed, that's when that get addressed.
I need Carlton to throw them hands. He can be redeemed.
Man, probably not gonna have to fight. I hope you don't have to fight him.
My Malcolm X coming.
Mind
Somebody
you,
get this ring.
mind you, Will has a year and a half left. Where if they're in the spring semester or like you finish up the basketball season, whatever, y'all in the spring of junior year, and we know he goes off to college. I think Will gonna milk the Will Smith and company is gonna milk this thing, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Like, I just know it's good for 2 seasons, but I don't know how far they're gonna go. Like, are they gonna go all the way to like what Fresh Prince did, where like him and Lisa got married and moved out of the house or something like that? I don't know if they're gonna go that far. It just depends. I don't mind how far they go because they write this story for like 4, 5 seasons all the way through Will's college years. Then I'm just like, look, I'd be good with just a little time skip. I wouldn't mind a time skip, like they did a couple times in the show. Like, we got to go through the whole thing.
2 seasons or 3 seasons at most.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Like, you ain't got to milk it for 6 seasons like it's Power. And, we go through all 4 of Will's college years, his senior year. Like, you ain't got to milk it that far for me. You can get to the end of senior year and just be like, okay, I'm finna go off to college and start some new stuff with me and Lisa. Bet, I'm set. You ain't got to go all the way through college and stuff for me. But, like, if you want to, as long as y'all keep this good writing, I don't care. Shoot, we can go through the whole thing where Carlton said I'm not a sellout to the fraternity or whatever. We can go through all that. I don't really give a squat, but you ain't got to for me. So long as you give me some good writing for about 2, 3 seasons, I'm straight. You want to go through college? I'll be right here on Peacock.
And my final word just on writing and probably the show, honestly. Did y'all see that meta that they put in there? That Kylo put in there? It's like, oh, family matters. Yeah, it does. Man, they should do a reboot of that. I was like, okay, I appreciate. All right, cool.
They got me a pop because I love Steve Urkel. I want to see how they do that drama. Because I think the Winslows will be way more important than they were in the comedy in that show. Because I think if it's a drama, the Winslows went through it, dog. Steve was just
gonna lie to you. I don't want them to do that because I don't think. No, because
Paul in 2021 as a police officer.
I don't want them to do that because this is a misnomer. Like, Bel-Air is a surprisingly good hit, and that's with the original Will Smith as executive producer with his hands all over the project and everything.
And that director, that young director they got from the preview in 2019.
Yeah, including myself, I was afraid. Like, a lot of people were afraid, like, this was just not going to go well and stuff. And this is a misnomer considering a lot of anime reboots are already bad. Some reboots just in general, the shows don't really go this well.
Saved by the Bell is terrible, the reboot.
So, like, this is a hit. So, I don't want them to be like, oh, okay, we got this. Let's reboot The Cosby Show. Let's reboot Family Matters.
I don't think you
let's
touch
reboot.
that.
No. I don't need y'all to go down the list of let's reboot Good Times. Let's reboot freaking The Jeffersons. No, I don't need y'all to go and reboot every African American show and try to strike lightning twice on the bottom. I don't need y'all to do that. Just stick with this. Find something else. I don't need y'all to reboot every show because I know for a fact every show ain't gonna go this well. I already know it's not. So I'd rather y'all not do that. Everybody ain't got Will Smith in.
To Monte's point, Akira Akbar is 15 years old. The girl that played Ashley.
I knew she was.
I figured it would be better if she was just like 14, 15, because she looks older than 12. So it would just she's more mature than a 12-year-old. So I'm just like, just make Ashley 14. Like, ain't nobody really be tripping about that. Like, make her 14.
That makes Ashley and Will three years apart, which makes Lucia and Will, quote unquote, a possibility in Lucia's eyes. But I didn't see why that was such a big deal, because why would Big Willie style, who got Lisa, why would she be looking at that little girl? You know what I'm talking about?
He don't. It just
Lucia looks young. She looks like 12 or like 13. And actually it looks like she is about to go into high school. Like, she looks like 14, 15. So I'm like,
well, you know,
those two look like a little awkward, but I would buy it. But her and Will? Nah, Will ain't finna.
She was really hurt about that. Like, you like Will? Wait,
what, Joe? It don't matter that. I don't think it matters that the age gap, because I don't even think Lucia thinks she could get Will. It's like a crush that little girl had when you're older that don't really matter.
Ashley seems to think it's possible, or she wouldn't be so.
She's just upset that she don't like her.
Yeah.
It's more so not that she didn't, because if it was about Will, she would Carlton Banks Will right now. Now she might have some
I think just like
resentment.
the correction, like Ashley just hurt just for the simple fact that it's just
Yeah, she might
you
have
don't you
resentment
like
that comes
Will, so
out.
you can't possibly like me.
Yeah, it might be some resentment, but it ain't gonna be like no full blown Carlton Banks. Oh, you trying to take my girl type thing. It might be like
it ain't gonna be like that.
it might be like
just
I'm a little
Ashley
mad at
will.
you because my girl like you, even though I know it's irrational, but it's still at the same time, leave me alone. But it ain't gonna be no
Now
full
my
blown.
question is, I don't really know what they're gonna do with Ashley now.
I
Because like
think
okay,
they
you gave her
basically
a
try to
little bit
get
of
her
heartbreak.
done to me. Like she done
I mean,
for
no,
this
I mean,
season.
like you gave her a little bit of heartbreak. Like I got that part, but now I'm like, what are you gonna do with her character? Are you gonna introduce some other girl that she likes? Are you gonna introduce a boy that she likes now? Are you gonna make her resent Will? I mean, I'm excited to see. I think she's gonna personally hold a little bit of resentment for Will. Like I think she's gonna be like,
It ain't gonna be
you
resentment.
took
It
my
ain't gonna be
first
no
crush
full
on me.
blown hatred of him.
No, not no full bone. She's gonna be a little bit upset with. She like you.
Her job is to show up at breakfast when they have conversations and say maybe a snarky
She's gonna
remark.
be a little upset at Will.
Her
She's gonna be
dad.
upset at Will.
I
She gonna
believe
be
it's gonna
upset at
lead to
Will.
a conversation where she tells Will because they kind of hinted that when Hilary said you
Yeah.
gonna tell somebody else, and she like I ain't ready for that yet.
Yeah, and see that's the thing about it. Ashley and Will were really freaking close in the original show, so this would just be a reason why you will be close to Ashley now, because Ashley's just gonna confide in you that she goes both ways, and like
he
you
ain't
took
gonna
my first crush, and it's gonna make me like we're gonna talk about the fact that you took my first crush, and yeah, he gonna be like, oh well, my bad, I ain't even noticed your freaking friends. I'll be real with you, I ain't never noticed your daggone friends. Like I don't even recall which one of them is which. Like,
I
I just
barely
never really
noticed
noticed
you.
your friends.
I'm not gonna
So
lie.
like, I think they're gonna get close because of this, and like I said, it's gonna be a good nod to the original show. The original show, Ashley and Will were like this.
They
Like, they were like this from the first episode with the freaking drum set and stuff. Like they were like this from the beginning episode. So now you waited like at least 6 episodes to give them a reason why you do this.
Yeah,
now, I don't know
this
who
show
is writing
different.
this show.
They had to do that with Ashley in this show because in the old show, she loved Will because she used to hang out with him when he came over, and they used to have fun when she was a little girl.
Yeah, and like
In this episode, Will ain't been around them because Viv don't mess with her sister, so she ain't been
But
around.
that now, like in the original show, he represented the freedom that she wanted from her dad.
Yeah.
And now in this one, it's just different. But I don't know who writing this show, but I don't know what writer they done got from Marvel or Disney, and is like working with Will Smith, and they are writing the heck out of this show. I don't know what writer they done got from Disney and working with Will Smith, but Will Smith and this team of writers are doing a phenomenal job. I mean, a phenomenal job. I don't know who it is, but they are doing a phenomenal
Morgan
job.
Cooper. I sent y'all that video on thing. I don't know. I talk a lot on that. So Morgan
I know
Cooper.
it's a team of writers. I know it's not just one. It's a team of writers.
Oh yeah, they got Will had Morgan Cooper bring in because y'all remember 2019 they had that whole promo trailer that he made himself, and he had his friend do it and film it, and then they had it about being a drummer. Huh?
Oh, they brought him in?
Yeah. The dude that made it, not the dude that played Fresh Prince, the dude that wrote
the
trailer.
Yeah, but the dude that made the trailer. Like,
yeah, they brought him in. He the director.
Oh, yeah. Buddy finna make money.
Yeah.
Oh, he finna get work now.
Yeah.
This show he finna get work. Morgan Cooper?
Yeah, Morgan
Cooper. He finna get work. Don't worry, the House of Mouse is finna call you very soon. Hey, yo, we got a couple of Disney Plus shows. We think we can do some wonderful thoughts on. Don't worry, House of Mouse is finna call that man real soon. If not, watch the CW call him. CW like, hey, yo, so we got some ideas for some
Paramount
shows.
bringing out the game again.
We trying to catch up to Marvel. We got some ideas from a couple shows. You did a really good job, Bella. That Morgan Cooper finna get work, bro. It's over. After this show, he finna get work.
Will said
he ain't gonna have to be on YouTube now another time, bro. He ain't got to be on YouTube now another time. He finna get work.
Yeah, Will saw it and immediately called him and flew him out. They got it's on Will Smith channel if y'all don't know. It's on Peacock.
Oh yeah, you said that. I remember seeing it.
Yeah, so he brought him out, put him on his Instagram, put him on his YouTube, talked to him. He saw like the early writings, and then called a few people that he know. They did a little director. I forgot the 2 guys' name. And
matter of fact, I just want to go ahead and say this now. Will Smith, any celebrity that just so happens to catch a vibe of this, please hit all of us up. Zelma, Uniqo, Monray, Hudson, anybody that's been a part of the channel, come hit us up. I'm willing to fly on the plane. I am very humble and understanding. I will work with any kind of deal. Come hit up your boy. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. I just gotta get that out.
And I got a book, and it's amazing. So.
I'm willing.
Piggyback off of both of you guys. Fly me out so I can go on a whiteboard and say, hear me out. Carlton equals Coke. And that's how we spin off of it. Like then we just spin ideals. I would have got this thing jumping.
I don't mind dropping some hot takes, man. It's my TikTok show. Please. I don't mind dropping some hot takes. Come fly me out. I talk to you. I really just hear us out. Hear us out. Like I promise you, bro. If you happen to watch, even if you're just a famous sports player, come holler at your boy. I promise you, we'll have.
We bring our own green screens too. We can make it look like we're in a high-rise office if you want us to. No problem.
Okay, I'm done.
But yeah,
I'm done for the day.
Shout out to Morgan Cooper.
Interview myself, by the way. I think that's a pretty cool technique.
Yeah. By the way, shout out to Morgan Cooper putting this show together. The impeccable writing. Every time we have a question coming in, what they gonna do, they do it well. Even if they go in another direction that we thought that they weren't going to go in, and I'm like, it makes sense. Everything written so tightly that it makes sense, and
unpredictable show for the most part. So far,
and it's good unpredictability. Unlike that Madea movie that I watched, where it's just random stuff that happens.
This is not the time to put Will Smith in.
Not gonna be in it. Not in
it. I'm doing a review, and notice I'm gonna.
I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to watch your review because
I'm gonna do a review on it and
throughout the day. Is it a movie or a series? TV series?
It's a movie.
Oh, okay.
It's Madea Homecoming.
Okay. I was hoping you didn't like binge watch 11 episodes with bad wigs.
The first half of the movie was fine, and then Uncle Joe left, and then I'm gonna talk about it.
All right. I can't wait to watch the review.
But yeah,
I guess it didn't know to stop it on you.
Yeah, man. So Morgan Cooper is doing his thing. The show is it's probably one of the most well-written shows I've seen.
My man's finna have work, bro. He finna have work.
I can't think of a show, but I can't think of a show better written because
he finna have work.
Even Power, I love Power, and we did a show on Power on Keeping That in Review, and Power have plot holes in it. I'd be like, why?
No, I'm sorry. I just want to cut this off. I can't. Gas is $4 a gallon, damn near up here.
Fight Russia.
The fact that they keep making hour-long shows of people just pulling up to somebody's apartment and having a quick conversation and walking back out and going to their next destination every single episode on Power, it just still blows my mind. That's the plot hole. Who doesn't just call people and just on all these burner phones they got? Why don't you just call people and say, hey, man, you got to do something about that. You don't have to come all the way to somebody's house and be like, did you talk to such and such? Oh, you didn't? All right, I'll keep my eye on things and walk out. That's unrealistic. I'm sick of just meeting up for 2 minutes.
Or call Jeffrey to get the cheap gas prices because you know he got it.
Man, Jeffrey. And that's my, I swear to God, I'm not talking about nothing else, but man, damn. Jeffrey's just. Because we just saw this. I just saw the Batman. Alfred plays that role as well, kind of, in the Batman.
All I know is Jeffrey.
The Claw Alfred got to do it.
All I got to know is Jeffrey walked up to a police officer, the police chief, and said, do we have a problem? He walked up on his shoulder, right here, brushed it, and said, and whispered in his ear, do we have a problem? And my dude backed down.
Because if anybody's going to know Jeffrey outside of Uncle Phil, is supposed to be Uncle Phil's best friend. So I'm sure he's been like,
and the police officer called him, ain't nothing I'm going to beat you and nothing your muscle can do about it. I'm like, so you know about Jeff.
You know he's the muscle.
He said, and nothing your muscle can do about it.
As he flex that you know about. Now that's interesting.
I'm pretty sure he know that this man is not to be messed with or I'll be missing. So I'm going to back down and not going to talk crazy because I talk crazy to everybody.
He left his child at somebody else's house. That's how scary. Angela said, come on, Lisa. Hold on. Who the are you to be telling this little black girl, come on? And she don't even respect you from a stepmom standpoint. And she said, come on. She said, no, I want to stay. Aunt Viv handle her business. I just love how Aunt Viv is everywhere. I just love it too. She's there for everybody. She's just like
she got her hands in everything.
Yes, every dog.
Aunt Viv said, I'm tired of this. And we're like, hey, come down.
Aunt Viv beefing with Aunt Viv might be some more keys to this. Aunt Viv beefing with Hilary. Aunt Viv is gonna be upset at Ashley. She is like one of Will's biggest backbones. She's married to Uncle Phil. And she's the mother.
They planted the seed that Uncle Phil is holding you back from your dreams. Everybody been planting that in her head. So
Oh yeah, and now she got
that.
3
She kind of took over the
Broderick.
Ashley role, didn't she?
Hmm?
Uncle Phil's stopping me from doing what I want, my freedom.
Well, that's what they painted as, but she was just like, he let him go to support him and his ventures, I guess. I don't know.
And
It
that
was
baby,
basically after she had Hillary that just stopped.
it was the
But she was
baby.
like, they said like, oh, you gonna only stop for like a year or 2 years. That I guess she said she only gonna stop for a years, and it turned into 15.
That's
Been
what
eating them things.
that's what I got.
Yeah, it's a great, amazing episode, man. Like and subscribe. Tell us how y'all feel about the episode. Tell us what y'all thought. Is my guy light skinned guy? Is he gonna do it again and cause another relationship to break up like he did in
Every movie.
what
Man, he better not kiss on Viv. It's over with.
Oh, if he let him. I want him to try, and I need to see that bid moment where she said, "What the hell are you doing?" I need that. I need that out of Aunt Bid. But if she go for it, I'm done with her.
That's what I said, like, bro, like, I can't call nothing in the show anymore because I thought they were just gonna give it to Ashley, and they like, nah, Ashley, you finna get heartbreak. I was like, oh dang, well, for all I know, Reed might catch us slipping up in that museum one time, and she be like, we really shouldn't do this. I'm like, oh, here it go. She hit that we shouldn't do this. It's over with. It's over with.
Because Uncle Phil's solid.
Maybe that time Uncle Phil will be up in jail, and she be like, I don't know what to do. Just believe in your work and your art. No, that ain't how you do this.
You know he gonna put his hand on his shoulder like he do every movie. Every movie he put that hand on that shoulder.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
That dude do that every movie, bro.
You see when he touched Uncle Phil, Uncle Phil, when he was walking out after he told him to go do guest stuff, and he touched Uncle Phil's arm, and he looked at that.
He looked down like,
excuse me.
Shout out to all the actors in Bel-Air, man. Y'all are killing
Absolutely.
me.
I mean, that's a good Uncle Phil.
Yeah, like he was skeptical because he looks so different than the original, but they killing it. I got no problem with none of that. They killing it. They killing
Shout out to Coco Jones, Jabari, all of them, man. They doing
Michelle Obama. Shout out to her too. She's killing on vid right now.
If y'all watch, by the way, I recommend y'all watch them little specials on how the show was made on Peacock, the YouTube channel. And you see, Aunt Viv got bars when she was just with everybody. It makes you love all the characters even more. So I recommend y'all all go watch that on the Peacock channel. And it's amazing.
She had some jeans on, by the way. We keep talking about the daughter. Let's talk about the mama. She had the jeans on the whole episode, and that thing was staying. No disrespect.
That's a good time. We appreciate all y'all joining us for another episode of the Bel-Air.
Monte, where they can find you?
Recap.
She's a genius.
They can find your boy on TikTok and Instagram. You can click on the link tree in either one of those, or in the description of this video. Catch all the podcast things I'm a part of. Come get at your boy on TikTok. Get some of these hot takes. The word is in the description below.
Good. Uniqo, what can they find you?
UniqoWilliams.com, man. I'm just out here reviewing middle-aged women in jeans.
Yeah. But you will see me and Uniqo maybe Saturday night or Sunday morning. Back here with a Batman review. I don't know if Monte gonna be here. I don't know if Monte watching Batman.
Probably not, because I don't care about the Batman.
Yeah, so we'll see. You'll see us with Jacob, and I don't know who else. Maybe Craig. If Craig.
That's your hot take right there. I don't care about the Batman.
Craig might not even watch the movie. He might just show up. He might just show up like Batman. For the people that don't know, watch Just a Fan. The Batman episode is hilarious. But
quickly, that's the best Bruce Wayne I've seen in a 2 year, like my year 2. That's pretty accurate. That was pretty good Bruce Wayne. It was pretty good. Oh, damn good Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, so we'll talk more about that Saturday. I'm going to do my Madea review. That will actually come out probably 100% on Saturday.
Shout out to the golf kids.
Yeah. Keeping that 9 regular show will be tomorrow with me and Uniqo again. Uniqo, you got a show coming out today?
I'm probably gonna do one before I go to the Juvenile Yin Yang Twins Nelly and Ludacris concert tomorrow at the Coliseum at the Fairgrounds in Indianapolis tomorrow. Starts at 8 o'clock.
Oh,
lucky you.
Friday.
And you'll see Monte doing some gaming news soon, so we're looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, I'm getting that into progress. Don't worry.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get that Keeping That 9 back going, so you're gonna be knowing me talking about Kanye for the 1,000th time again. I told Joe this week I hate this, but we're gonna do it.
Damn, it's not our fault. It's only 8 celebrities that make news all the time. Damn.
I'm gonna talk about Tory and Meg every day for different things that they say randomly, and DJ Academic's gonna yell at somebody randomly for no reason.
He's been quiet lately, by the way.
Now he been on Meg Nick, and so Meg and him beefing. And she called him a little man, a rat.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that.
And all this stuff.
Megan probably is way bigger than Academic.
She probably can beat up Academic.
I believe it. Like arm wrestling, all that shit.
Yeah. And then of course, Joe Rogan. We got the Joe Rogan news coming because he gonna do something that people hate.
And this is taking the turn.
I'm just telling y'all what's coming up. If y'all still listening, y'all love me. So I'm telling y'all what we got. Y'all know Just a Fan every Wednesday. The wrestling podcast out tomorrow. And Man Cave every Thursday. So we got a lot of stuff coming. Have you heard? Do you hear me? All that stuff coming. So if we got a lot coming, so hopefully you hit that like button, you hit that subscribe button right now with that notification bell, because you interested in all this stuff. Or you can just come back next Thursday at night or Friday morning and watch us review BelAir again. See y'all next week. Appreciate y'all. Keep stumping. Something amazing can happen. Peace.
And Viv.